What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about Lorcana. Lorcana's out, Lorcana's launched, how cool is that? The answer is very cool. But also, people are trying to rip you off. Now, it's not everybody. There are plenty of nice people out there that are not trying to rip you off. But there are enough people out there trying to rip you off, and this is something we need to have a chat about. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, there are some unscrupulous stores out there who are trying to make extra money on Lorcana, basically taking advantage of the fact that it's very scarce on release, and look, it's a popular game. And this isn't some kind of weird thing. We saw this when One Piece launched. We saw this when Digimon launched. We've seen this time and time again with various games, and this is probably not going to be the last time we see this. And by this, I mean a new game launching attached to a popular IP, and people going a little bit silly at launch, and there being massive stock shortages. But Digimon sorted itself out, and stock is fine now. One Piece sorted itself out in English and in Japanese, and it's fine now. And I have absolute faith that Lorcana will sort itself out and we will be fine. And I can say that because I've seen this before. When Digimon launched, I went, don't worry guys, it's going to be awkward, but it's going to work out. And people were like, don't be an idiot, there's no end in sight. It was fine. And then when One Piece launched, I said, don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be fine. We saw this with Digimon. It worked out. And people went, oh, no. This is different to Digimon, Wassy. This is not going to be some nice, quick, easy. Oh, wait, no, it was. It actually was, and it was fine. And it's still fine now. Okay, Romance Dawn, the first set was a pain, but it's been fine since then. Lorcana is going to be fine. Stock is going to be fine. You are going to be able to find the stuff. And even the early sets that sell out super quickly, they still work out in the end. Like it did with One Piece, like it did with Digimon. I never paid above retail for Digimon and One Piece, and I had to be a little bit patient for some of the early stuff. But I got everything I needed, and I got it all at or below retail, and it was fine. There was just a little bit of patience needed at some point. That's going to be the same with Lorcana. And if you can't be patient, and I don't mean that as a bad thing, some people literally can't be patient because they need to go and get the products so that they can actually go ahead and, play the game. But if you can't be patient, if you do have to have the cards now, we need to be very, very careful because there are stores out there that are trying to take advantage. Don't let the stores take advantage. So the good news is we do have actual prices. Actual proper MSRP prices for everything that you should be paying for Lorcana. All right? So, here's what we've got. Actual proper confirmed prices. In the US, booster packs are $6, starter decks are $17, the gift set is $30, and a booster box is $5.99 times by 24 packs, which is $143.76. I always get this weird thing when I tell you there's no recommended retail price for booster boxes. Someone always tries to tell me I'm wrong. The deal with booster boxes is they're not really designed to be bought as booster boxes. And we all know they are bought as booster boxes. I buy them as booster boxes. What I mean is they're designed to be bought as individual packs. So if you want to know the price of a booster box, it's $5.99 times by 24, which is $143.76. Yeah, that's what I said. $143.76. That is how much you should be paying. Anybody charging above that is charging above retail. Now, here is where the very, 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 very important caveat comes in. Some stores actually do have to charge above retail. Because some stores have got a lower allocation. So they don't actually have as many products to sell, but they've still got to make enough money to pay their rent, their staff, etc. So they have to charge a bit more money to essentially make up the profit lost from having fewer products to sell. Similarly, some stores are buying from distributors who are raising prices. And if distributors are raising prices, then the stores will have to raise prices. So, my plea to you, my advice is really simple. If you see a store that is charging above retail, don't just assume they're charging above retail because they're being bad people. Talk to the store. And the store should be able to tell you what's the deal is. And if they tell you, we're charging an extra 10, 15% because we've got a lower allocation and we have to pay our bills, that is fine. And I'll pay that all day long to support a nice local game store. If they use phrases like market price, or they invoke eBay, TCG Player, or any other reselling website, that is code for I can rip you off, so I'm going to. Some stores have to charge more because of increased costs, lower allocation, etc. That is understandable. I have no issue with this. But if stores are saying, look, this is how much they cost, they are literally telling you, I can rip you off, so I will. And here's the thing. If they will rip you off here, and I guarantee this, will rip you off again in the future if they get a chance. Stores that will charge extra now because they can get away with it, 100% will charge more again in the future if they can get away with it, whether it's Lorcana or some other game. Do not support these stores because they are not worth supporting because they will keep doing this at every opportunity. To put it simply, don't support stores that won't support you. Oh, and while we're here, can we just dispel this ridiculous, insulting argument of we have to charge more because if we don't charge more, then the resellers will just buy us out and charge more. I mean, that argument is literally we have to rip you off because if we don't rip you off, somebody else might buy from us and try ripping you off. It's a stupid argument. There's also a million ways around this argument. You can just prioritize your locals. You can only sell in half boxes. You can sell loose booster packs. Some stores, they do it a lot in Japan since I've been here. They'll literally cut the tape to unseal the box. But if you're really that worried, you can just open the box and sell them the box without the box because people don't really trust loose packs bought from resellers, etc., etc. There are a million ways around it without just raising your price dramatically. You don't need to raise your price dramatically, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a good way to do it, and all it really does is just rip people off. Now, I'm not at this stage going to, put a whole bunch of stores on blast, but there are some really egregious examples. Here's some Lorcana community on Reddit. Shout out to Jedi Geek Girl for showing us this. And basically, it's like, new player package, $50 for a one-day pass and a starter deck. Starter decks are supposed to be $17. 4-day pass, $250, a trove and a 4-day pass. Well, yeah, troves are not supposed to be this much money, ladies and gentlemen. They're supposed to be like $50, I think. Yeah, I just looked it up quickly, confirmed it's $50. So this store is expecting you to pay $50 for this, and then $50 for 4 each, for 4 one-day passes. This is not a store to support. Yes, I know we need people playing Lorcana, I understand, but this is egregious and rubbish, and no, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please don't fall for it. These kind of things, people charging $300 for a booster box, people charging 30, 40 quid for a starter deck. This is all absolutely blatantly absurd. Like I say, if a store is charging $20 or a bit more for a starter deck to make up for reduced allocation or a distributor raising their prices, I have no issue with this. But, come on. Most of us can tell pretty quickly the difference between a store that is struggling to cope because of low allocation, distributors, etc., and stores that are taking the mick. There is absolutely no way whatsoever, and I don't know what store this is, and I don't want to know because I'm using it as an example. I'm not trying to put any store on blast here, but I can tell you 100% this store is taking the mick. This is a store who have gone, hey, we can make a bunch more money, let's do it. And it's rubbish. It makes me so sad. Because Lorcana looks like a very cool game, and all this does is stop people playing Lorcana. I think we should be supporting local game stores so that we can grow Lorcana as a game. This isn't growing Lorcana as a game. This is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely ridiculous. But I want to go back before we finish here to what I said at the beginning of the video because I cannot stress this enough. Digimon was fine. One Piece was fine. Both of those games I had to deal with so many people telling me, oh, no. This time it's different. It's not. It's not different. And Lorcana isn't different either. Yes, I know that it's super duper popular at the moment. I understand. Yes, I know that at the moment prices are going crazy and it's very difficult to get hold of. But I also heard all of these arguments, word for word, with Digimon, and I heard them word for word with One Piece, and oh look, they both worked out just fine in the end. Don't give in to the scaremongering, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be okay. And if you do have to buy products now, and like I've said, I understand that some people actually do have to buy products now, I wish you all the luck in the world finding them at a decent price from a good local game store. And in the same way that I've been telling you this video, don't support local game stores who are ripping you off, do support local game stores who are looking after you. Because my local game store, Mad for Miniatures down in Cornwall, they could have ripped me off with Digimon and One Piece and Pokemon products in the past, and they never did. They have had multiple opportunities to rip me off over the years I've been using them, and they never have. And that is why I've been going back. There are times I can buy products cheaper online, and I will take that 2-hour round trip to my local game store to go and pick them up from them for slightly more money. But you know what? When stuff is scarce and you can't pick anything up online, guess who's got stock set aside for me if I need it? Support your local game store, if they're good. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you've been lucky or unlucky. Tell me how you're coping trying to get hold of all this stuff. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Lorcana and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.